Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Super Cast Brothers. That one Smash Brothers podcast that we do. We do it with the Zantok and the Jonno, and sometimes the other people, but not today. The other people, they can show up again. Not yet. I don't really feel like bringing them out of the basement yet.
There are spirits amongst us.
Did you kill or guess?
No, but you may hear them in the rafters, the walls, and the floors.
Is that why I've been hearing Kelly lately when I've been trying to go to sleep?
Kelly is now in the world of light.
He keeps talking about Xenoblade, which granted could have been you, but I'm pretty sure it's Kelly.
Kelly is now a Noah spirit.
That would make sense. So I would guess more Shulk, really.
Yes, probably so. And Tyson from Beyblade may also be attributed to that battle.
I don't know why.
I don't know, because Kelly loves Beyblade. Yeah.
Yeah, I never got into it.
I did.
It's tops. It's just tops. I'm just like, well, you did Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's just cards. Yeah, but the cards had monsters on them. Did Beyblade tops have monsters come out of them? I actually don't know. I'm just asking you a question.
Yes, actually, some of them did. There was the Bump King. It was a Pumpkin King called the Bump King on the Beyblade.
The only Pumpkin King I know is Pump King, the King of Ghosts.
Yeah, it was pretty on the nose. There was a Draciel G, the dragon tortoise thing that was on a Beyblade. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just had to be there. What a time.
Sure.
They're still around, apparently. I didn't know that until I just looked it up. All right.
Well,
yeah.
Spirits. That's the name of the game. You know how we'd like to do one Smashtopia episode per season, rather, where instead of making a whole new character together, we instead do something else. So in season 1, we made a whole bunch of stages. We made something like 40 stages. We didn't have time to go over all the ones that we created. It was like, oh shit, we kind of misjudged how long it would take to talk about those. And we talked about assist trophies, and we made, I think, 25 assist trophies each. In season 3...
Yes.
Was it Pokemon? Pokemon. We did Pokemon in season 3. And then last season we did a whole bunch of items. But now, it's time for spirits. We pretty much had less either spirits, enemies, or bosses, and I kind of think boss would end up taking a lot more time, and enemies just didn't seem as interesting. So we're doing spirit battles. We have both come up with a list of 30 spirits each that we can add into Smash. There were a couple of rules about this. The first rule was that while we could make a spirit out of something that had already had a spirit in Smash Ultimate, we had to make it be different. So different in some sizable fashion. It couldn't just be, oh, we're just changing the character, or we're just changing the stage, because that's nothing. You know, that's stupid. The other rule was that we could only use content in the spirit battles that is either in Smash canonically or is on the Smashtopia wiki. So, for example, Gengar is not a playable character in Smash Ultimate. However, Gengar is a playable character as created on the Smashtopia wiki because we made a moveset for Gengar back in season 1 of this show. So Gengar is totally eligible to be one of the characters that a spirit will fight as for one of our spirits. Is Gengar one of them? I honestly don't remember. I know on my list, I have every single one of my spirits have a different character and different stage, which is 85% an accident. The rest of it was intentional once I realized what happened by accident. And I don't remember who all of mine are. So Gengar might be on mine. I honestly don't remember. Might be on Jonno's. I don't know anything about Jonno's except who they are because I had to for graphics.
Yes, it's quite the crew. It's quite the crew. I will tell you all that much right now.
Oh yeah, we both have some wild choices. And I mean, to be fair, Smash Ultimate has over 1,200 spirits in it.
Yeah.
So it's already gotten a wide variety of legitimate options that you could make good things out of. So we were kind of left with like, okay, so we're either going for like the E tier of characters that are the E tier of Nintendo characters, or third parties that don't have Smash content.
Yes.
That's kind of what we were left with. Which
And
I
that's
mean,
okay.
hey, it can work.
There's some ones that I'm proud of on here, and at the very least, there's some ones that I am amused by.
Yeah, honestly, same. Honestly, same.
Mm. Um, what a time this is gonna be.
Oh yeah, I have no idea how long it's going to take us to get through these, so this could be interesting. Uh, surely it'll take longer than an hour, though, right?
I would imagine so.
I would hope so. Please.
Okay,
Please.
well, we'll figure it out. Well, we will see.
But yeah, like other similar episodes, the non-character Smashtopia, as I call them in our spreadsheets, uh, no showcases today. We're just talking about these 60 spirit battles. Oh my god. 30 doesn't sound insane to me, but when I just said 60, I realized how much we've actually done. Fuck me. And these are all going to go up on the Smashtopia wiki. Hopefully, in under a year, right, Jono? With
Yep.
your how are your items?
They're well stored,
Oh yeah.
secure. Yeah, they feel happy and confident in themselves and their ability to enhance the Smash Brothers play ground.
Do you still have your notes on them?
Yeah, they're somewhere. Yeah,
Okay.
they're like here. They are.
You have actual written. Okay.
They're in the gnome notes.
I mean, if you ever did make a note writing or Word document like client, I would absolutely expect you to call it Gnome Notes. That absolutely tracks with
Oh my god,
what
you just
you
gave
would
me an
do.
idea.
Are you gonna make an app now? It's gonna be Gnome Notes.
I don't know
Oh,
if
is
I've
this
got
going
the
in Project
skills to do
Believe? Am
that.
I canalizing new Project Believe lore?
Yes, I've been working on Project Believe. That's no lie.
Gnome Notes are canon.
For
From the same
Spirit.
person that brought you Joseph Novolo, the mayor of Believe Town, I give
Oh,
you
I
Gnome
can't wait for
Notes.
Joseph's return. We're just meeting Wally. That's how far I've gotten, but we're making pace.
That's page
Um,
4.
it's page. Let me pull that up for you real quick. Project Believe file on Google Docs. Very pro. It's what everybody's doing these days.
It's true.
It's page 16.
Oh, so it's chapter 2.
Yes. Yes, it is chapter 2. Um,
I know the lore. I've read the book.
Gnome notes for Spirit Showcase, because I did write down my spirits on paper today.
Jesus Christ. You know what I use to write down all my spirits?
Spiritual energy.
Google Docs.
Some days I just don't feel like being on my computer more than I need to. This was one of those days.
See ya. I see. Yeah, that tracks.
Mm-hmm.
That tracks a lot. Anyways, what do you say we go ahead and get into things here? Do you want to go first or should I?
Yeah, I can go first.
All right, hit us up. Who is your first spirit going to be over?
Well, I think my first spirit, we need to start things off we can't start things off softly. We have to excite people, and I know how to do that by bringing a little bit of edge to proceedings.
Okay.
Yes, it is. You're like, who am I pulling up? It's the character literally called Edge from Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that
That's
guy.
an edgelord rabbit. Yeah, that tracks. Who is he
Yep.
supposed to be a rabbit of? He doesn't look like a Mario character I know.
No, no, no. She appears out of nowhere to help the heroes at Beacon Beach, helping them fight in the chapter "Driven to Edge" against the giant Koopas. And
Okay,
yeah, and given her mysterious past and stoic yet edgy nature and giant sword,
it's Cloud, isn't it?
yes.
Okay, yeah. I was like, this seems like a Cloud spirit battle.
Yeah, and it's fairly simple too. It's on Mario Galaxy, somewhere with it's Sparks of Hope, Cosmos, Outer Space, Galaxy theme. So you fight Edge, who is Cloud, with a bunny hood and killing Edge.
Makes sense.
Uh, Bam, done, simple. You did it.
You did it, kid. Good
You
job.
did it.
All right, I guess we'll move on to my first one. Boy, that was nice and easy. Whoo!
Yeah.
All right, so my first one. This character is actually. I was actually making this character just to be a random spirit on the wiki. And then I realized, oh shit, the Spirit Cornucopia is next Smashtopia episode, what I'd start working on. I'll just make this be one of my spirits for it. Hey, look, awesome! And that character is, it's a fun one for me. I enjoy them. It's the Steel Samurai from Ace Attorney.
Nice.
Steel Samurai is not really a character themselves. They are an in-universe TV show character in
Oh,
the
that's
Ace
right.
Attorney franchise. And you first meet them in I believe it's the first game, where they are being played by actor Will Powers, who is accused of murdering his co-star who plays the villain of the show. Oops. Steel Samurai. He's a samurai, presumably made of steel, and in his show's lore, he also has a family. You know, he has a wife, the Pink Princess. He has a son, the Iron Infant, and then he has some spin-off character that's called the Nickel Samurai, and he exists. They have merchandise of samurai dogs that you can buy and eat. Miles Edgeworth is a secret fan of the show and has the show's ringtone for his phone. So it's pretty popular in the universe.
Nice.
And I figured if we were getting Ace Attorney content in Smash, Steel Samurai just makes so much sense for a Spirit Battle. And so I have him being represented by a metal version of Jin Sakai, a character that you made on the wiki from Ghost of Tsushima.
Nice.
For this Spirit Battle, Jin will only be able to use his Samurai armor moves. He cannot swap to his Ghost armor moveset. And he will be backed up by a metal version of Lindis, who will represent the Pink Princess. And from time to time, the pair will be backed up by the Upa Assist Trophy, representing
What
the
the
Iron
fuck?
Infant. I got the whole family in here. Except for the Nickel Samurai, but he's he's a spinoff. Nobody cares about that. But
Yes. Oh
so yeah,
my
the
god.
whole Steel Samurai family is here. You only got to KO Steel. Actually, no, I think you do got to KO both Steel Samurai and Pink Princess. So both gotta go. But obviously, you don't got to KO Upa because Upa's just this trophy. So that's probably a good thing because baby violence is bad, right?
I don't know. We just haven't got there in this game yet. Baby bros, though.
Hmm.
Baby bros.
Baby bros.
First matches. Mario and Luigi as a duo.
Yeah.
That would be great. Okay. Let's see. Pulling something out of the hat here from my gnome notes. Aha! Feeling continuing the idea of precious metals being represented in spirit battles. You feeling iron willed? You feeling ballsy? Because I am with the Odama spirit battle.
What the fuck is this?
The Odama, per the Odama wiki page, is a video game for the GameCube. That's not what I was seeing when I looked it up on Google. It's a gigantic ball, powerful enough to destroy whatever it strikes, friend or foe. So back in the later stages of the GameCube's life, Nintendo made pinball. That was also feudal warlord Japan, and you shout into a microphone to guide your army around the Odama while playing pinball with the Odama. And that's like your secret weapon you can use to destroy gates and fight bosses, but you have to have your soldiers also evade the Odama while they're fighting other soldiers. It's a complicated and fun game.
Okay.
There's a mysterious face in the sky, a giant like spider human head. It's a game. It's a game that exists, and it was good. It was fun. All that said, with all the reliability of the GameCube microphone.
Oh.
Checking out that 62% on Metacritic right now. But it's giving you life as a spirit. A stock battle versus Pac-Man, primarily, on the Steamgate Bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so you are fighting a giant metal Pac-Man who represents the Odama itself. He will tend to go for forms that attacks that are using classic Pac-Man forms. So like the side special, the forward tilt. Those are the kind of moves that this Pac-Man will be embracing because it's Pac-Man's ball form. Joining the giant metal Pac-Man throughout the fight will be miniature versions of beloved warriors to represent the feudal warriors of Japan in the Odama game. So you have a mini Jinsakai, mini Shaho Dun from Dynasty Warriors, and mini Marth, also fighting alongside the giant metal Pac-Man. However, friendly fire is on, funnily enough. So, Metal Pac-Man may accidentally KO his own army. But generally, you're fighting them, and the goal is to ultimately defeat giant Metal Pac-Man.
All right. Okay.
That was one I had fun with.
It's definitely a very Jonno pick. You know what else would be a Jonno pick but isn't a Jonno pick?
No.
Well, we've mentioned this. We've mentioned a character from this character's game twice already. So from Ghost of Tsushima, Kenji.
I love that guy.
Yeah, me too. He's a really funny character. He's such a shit, but I love him. He's an ally to Jin, but not at all a fighter himself. He's a con man. He sells sake to the Mongols and gets them drunk, and tries to rip them off at the same time. He's just a swindler.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think I also forgot to mention Steel Samurai. I don't think I said what stage he fought on. I don't think I said that. So I'm scrolling back up. You fight him on Suzaku Castle. Ryu's nice. the Street Fighter stage. Yeah. Jin, or not Jin, Kenji, meanwhile, will be represented by his fellow swindling businessman, Wario, and will be fought on Tadayori's Rest, the Ghost of Tsushima stage that you came up with a while back.
Mm-hmm.
And for this spirit battle, Kenji is drunk, because, sake seller. So Wario's movement patterns will be erratic in nature. So he'll be more difficult to predict as he's moving around the stage. He'll also be backed up by the Yuna Assist Trophy that you created, roughly 20 seconds into the fight. But beyond that, nice. Pretty simple.
Very good. Very cool. I like it. and I enjoy drunk Kenji and his good old buddy Wario.
They
That's
they they'd probably be buddies. Maybe
I would
maybe.
think so. I would think so. Yes. Um. Okay. Let's see here. Let me pull this up real quick here. Okay. Hey, you know what would be a very Zantok uh, submission, but isn't?
I'm sure there's plenty. What?
Yes, it's Nagito Komaeda from Danganronp-a.
That would be a very Zantok pick. Yes.
Yes, yes, this is.
Except,
I
fuck Nagito. I hate this guy. Son of a
I will
bitch.
share. I don't know anything about him beyond the very little I've just read. Because why did I do this character? Only to kind of screw with you. You'd be like, what? Danganronpa, Jonno.
You could have at least done a good character. The I say that the internet fucking loves this guy. I don't like him. I am
Why don't?
very much in the minority about this character.
Well, now we're all curious. Express your hatred for this character before we move on.
That would yeah, that would I would have to go to very, very, very spoiler territory to do that. What I will
Yes.
say is that he is very fun to voice. I had a lot of fun voicing the character when I played the game.
Nice. Um. Well, talking about this battle,
Just mashed
there's a
potato
palette.
head.
Yes, there's a palette swap for this character on the Smashtopia wiki that for Makoto that you let's see, what is it,
Kelly.
costume
Kelly created this.
4. Oh, okay, it's Hajime with a palette swap based on Nagito.
Yep.
So yes, cheers to Kelly. Shout out to you, my friend. The stage is like Hope's Peak Underground.
Makes
That's
sense.
correct. It is the stage that Kelly included. So the courtroom where the trials are held, as you know. Not a whole lot to this. You're fighting that palette swap of Hajime. The ground is constantly on fire, so you better equip things correctly.
That kind of makes sense.
What I came up with. Yes, I saw a photo of him that seems to imply that he enjoys fire in some way.
Let's just say he's not mentally sound.
Okay. Good.
He's not mentally sound, and he is considered the ultimate lucky student, but his luck is extremely volatile and can swing either side at any moment. His parents died in a plane crash, and
Oh.
then he inherited $1 million,
Nice.
more or less.
Great.
It's shit like that.
Nice. Wonderful.
Yeah,
My beloved character by all.
by most, not by me. Who could I do as a beloved character next? Do I have a beloved character? You know what? I'm switching gears. I'm gonna talk about this guy. I gotta scroll down to him. I hadn't planned to talk about him
Okay.
yet, but fuck it. Here's a not a beloved character, but a beloved game from my childhood. I loved playing Spy Fox as a kid. I have yet to make a character moveset for Spy Fox, but someday I will. But for now, I give you a spirit battle for Optimus J Big Pig. This
Bless
motherfucker
you.
right here hangs out in the Greek cantina, and during sometimes when you play the game, because the cool thing about the Humongous Entertainment is release some of them premiere like Pajama Sam, Freddy Fish, and actually no, I think most of them actually does. Maybe not like the first pop-up it came, but there's variances in the stories that you play. Every time you load up the game, some of the scenarios could be a little bit different. And in the first
Mhm.
Spy Fox game, there's a scenario where the captain of a ship has lost his lucky charm and he won't sail without it. He lost it in a game of Go Fish to
Mm.
Artemis J. Big Pig. And in order to get it back, you have to go buy a jar of trinkets because Big Pig loves trinkets, and you have to bet trinkets against this guy to win back the lucky charm. So for this spirit battle, I have Artemis J. Big Pig being represented by Porky Minch, and the stage is
Oh,
the Blue Casket, which is a stage from Grim Fandango that Kelly created. For this spirit battle, you are going up against a giant version of Porky Minch, as low tier items will spawn with great abundance during the match, and Porky will prioritize running towards those items and using them as opposed to using his normal attacks and specials. If he doesn't have an item to use, he'll use those attacks anyways, but if there's an item on the ground for him to go get, he's going to go get that item.
nice. I'm looking at his character right now too. What a
He's
I
a
love
big
that.
pig!
He is Big Pig. I can see the Artemis too. He's very well dressed. What a suave Big Pig.
Hmm. There's
That's
definitely been times when I play the game and I've just been like, I'm just going to play Go Fish for a while.
awesome.
That's it. I just play Go Fish for like an hour. It's fine.
Nice. I like Go Fish. Yes. What a classic title and our gaming compendium. Go Fish.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. I can go a couple of different directions here, but let's go this direction. Speaking of beloved characters of our personal pasts, it's well more mine. You brought up Phoenix Wright and Ace Attorney.
Yep.
I will show you a character from Professor Layton, his old friend.
Oh?
Yes, Don Paolo, in fact,
I don't know who that
formerly
is.
known as formerly known as Paul
What?
before the accident.
What?
Paul and Leighton Herschel were friends in the past. They both attended the same academy.
Oh, how nice.
But so it was that Paul and Leighton were both after the same woman's heart, beloved
Yeah, that's what happened
Claire.
worse.
And when it
You
so
want
occurred that what that Claire chose Leighton, it was to the heartbreak of Paul, who became the vile Don Paolo. He's Leighton's arch nemesis, and through spanning the first three games, really coming to a peak in Unwanted Future, and the movie that came after that, I forget what it's called, Celestial Diva, something like that.
Sure.
And he's a funny looking guy with big sharp hair. He's the Moriarty to Leighton's Sherlock, if you will.
I'm sorry, his name is
So
Herlock?
yes,
Herlock Sholmes?
yes, indeed. That sounds from is that from an anime?
It's from Ace Attorney. Great Ace
Oh,
Attorney.
that's right. Fuck. Hey, it's kind of like
There is no
anyway.
Moriarty, though, in Great Ace Attorney, unfortunately.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh, I remember. How could I forget? Um, yeah, Don Paolo is represented by K. Rool, Purple K. Rool, on Big Ben,
That
the
makes sense.
Professor Layton stage that I submitted actually during the stage showcase episode all those years ago on this podcast.
4 years
So,
ago.
mm-hmm. Zelda is on stage representing Claire, and K. Rool will defend her, KO her, and he gets a rage boost and goes ape shit on you.
Oh.
Yeah, KO him to win. And given Don Paolo's innate attraction to contraptions that he's developed, most iconically, I would say, a floating like personal helicopter. K. Rool will deeply prefer his up B and also his blunderbuss. The more mechanical side of the beloved Crocodile King.
All
There you
right.
go. Yeah.
So I have a question for you. Is Don
Who is it?
Paolo a vampire?
No.
Because he kind of look at this man's design. Vampire
Oh.
vibes, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, come on. So on a similar note, I've got Dmitry Maximoff, the vampire from Darkstalkers. Now, Dmitry, absolutely a villain. He tries to become the leader, he tries to take control over the demon land of Makai, loses, gets exiled, and after 100 years, he's just like, all right, round two. I got an alien working for me now. Let's go. What do you mean the old guy in charge is dead? And now there's this Morrigan. Who the fuck? God damn it. And before he can fight her, he gets sucked into another dimension. Whoops! But for
Yep.
Dimitri's spirit battle, for the most part, I wanted to avoid when the character on the stage was like this, uh, not necessarily like from the French, but when they were like when that stage was like specifically for that character, I tried to avoid that. But honestly, who would be more appropriate for Dmitry Maximoff to have a spirit battle of than for Dracula? Like, come on, you made a Dracula moveset, vampire Dmitry. It just makes sense. And of course, the stage is Dracula's castle.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else are you gonna do here, right?
Mhm.
For the spirit battle, not only is it going to be Dracula, but Dracula, all of his stats are going to be significantly raised. It's supposed to be one of the hard spirit battles. And his smash attacks can also have a drain effect to them. So if Dracula hits you with the smash attack, he's going to heal some damage. Not too
Nice.
much, but a decent amount. That said, again, vampires are typically weak to fire and sunlight, so Dracula will take an increased amount of damage from fire and light-based attacks, but not explosives.
Nice. Good old Dracula. Good old Dimitri.
Yeah.
Cool. Good callback to the character, of course. And I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Was Dimitri particularly known for selling his wares?
No. No, he was known for using blood in his attacks.
Oh, it's not a cowboy. Or a merchant.
Absolutely not.
No. I can tell you who is.
Arthur Morgan?
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been a good one if we had him on the wiki already. But no, it's Particio Yellow Whale from Octopath Traveler 2.
Oh. Is he a
Yeah.
cowboy?
Looks like one, isn't actually one, but he looks like one and has a gun. What can you do? What can you do?
Okay.
But he is a ravishing merchant, carrying on the merchant class from Tressa in the first game. He's a smooth talking dude who grew up poor, and his goal is to follow in his father's footsteps to share prosperity with his entire town. It's basically like a very underprivileged neighborhood that he lives in by selling shit, by trading and selling merchandise. And of course, as Octopath and Square Enix and JRPGs in general tend to do, that ultimately becomes a battle for the fate of the Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The RPG is not over until you've punched God in the face.
Yeah, precisely. Arceus, eat your heart out. But but all the same. So Particio, he has his briefcase. His wares are within, and his trench coat as well. But we're focusing on his briefcase for this. Particio is represented by Revolver Ocelot.
Okay.
This is where Arthur Morgan would have been advantageous at this point, but I figure still works. He's a gunslinging character. At the Millennial Fair, very very celebratory stage you made for Chrono back in the day.
I did.
So, yeah. So in this battle, Particio is accompanied by his briefcase, the eShop bag. Character
that was on the
back
wiki.
in the day.
I was thinking of Stuffle. I was like, Stuffle's not on the wiki.
No. But the eShop bag is close enough, and he will follow Particio around, and when he gets close enough to you, he will pick eShop bag up and throw eShop bag at you to try and get you to purchase the wares inside. So every time the eShop bag is thrown by Particio, items will fall out from where the bag is dropped.
Interesting.
Yes, if you KO the bag first, Particio will get on the offensive and go after you. If you KO Particio first, the eShop bag will run away from you.
That makes sense.
There you go. Probably the most fun I've ever get out of the Octopath franchise.
They're good. I just quit the first game when it's like, what is with this level difference between chapter 1 and chapter 2?
Yeah,
Moving on.
the grind the grind and the level jump, as well as just it's almost too free form. Yeah, and the story suffers for it a little bit. So, but those are my 2 points. But I like the art style. I'm grateful for what that's done for Square RPGs. Like Dragon Quest III redone in that style is going to be awesome.
And I know people that absolutely love it. Like they say the game is amazing, and I believe them.
Kelly's one of them, actually. So shout out to him. Thanks for making the eShop bag.
You know what else could fit in a bag?
King K. Rool.
Probably not, but a fish could.
Is it Freddy Fish?
No. Actually, this fish in particular, actually this fish is too big for the bag. But it's a thought that counts. It's the Koho-Zuna from Splatoon 3.
Oh,
One of the king salmonids of Salmon Run. He's
Nice.
basically a gigantic, obese Quahog salmonid, and he is terrifying to look upon. He is Splatoon's version of Godzilla. I mean, he rises up out of the water to cause, and is responsible for destruction. So it works. The best way that you fight him is when cannons spawn and you shoot him with cannons.
Yes.
That's your best bet. Funnily enough, though, this is going to be a stamina battle. First one of those we've had for these spirit matches that we've described, and he actually is represented by Freddy Fish. So yes, that's there. And the stage is, of course, Sakai Station, which was a Salmon Run stage from Splatoon 3 and 2, I believe. So yeah, he's being represented by a massive Freddy Fish, which is basically like if a character was going to be affected with 2 super mushrooms at once, that's what this would be.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine that. Freddy Fish will also have increased resistance to knockback, which will make it very difficult to KO them through standard means. And whenever Freddy Fish jumps and lands on the stage, it'll create a small shockwave, which will ripple along the ground for a short distance, which can damage and push back other fighters. Cracker launcher items will spawn at increased frequency on the stage, as well as other projectile items such as Splatbrella, Super Scope, and the Steel Diver.
Mm-hmm.
Freddy Fish will have 200 health for the stamina battle, while the player will only have 100 health.
Nice. Very. I forgot about that guy. That thing is terrifying.
Yes, it is.
What a time! Must be a terrifying fight as well.
I don't know. I didn't touch Salmon Run in Splatoon 3. I really only did the story mode, and then I moved on to another game. Although I have played a lot. As we mentioned, I played Side Order.
Nice. Oh, and it's been very good to you. I've heard.
Yeah, I haven't played it in a while. I'd like to get back into it and try and complete
How
it
far
more.
along are you with?
I haven't advanced probably since the last time we talked about it because I've been playing Persona 3 Reload.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good. My next character is I would say perhaps the most well-known character that we've talked about so far, but I don't know about the battle itself. Let's get into it. It's a character known as many names depending on the region. Some call him Barry Hatter.
Oh God.
It's the hit racing game from Data Design Interactive. Brought you such great hits as Anubis II, Elvis, and Ninja Breadman.
Which are all the same game.
Yep. Billy the Wizard is here.
Why though?
I just, after we covered Ninja Breadman as a Smashtopia joke a while ago, I felt like revisiting this world and seeing what I could dig into. It's the least we could do for such a prolific developer, and who knows? This may put them back on the map, reopen their doors, make some games for the Switch too. Why don't you?
I'm pretty sure they went defunct.
Yeah, but so long as those people are still around, we can help them bring their dreams to reality.
I don't think they're still around. Their studio is gone.
Where are the people though? Do they
Dead.
still dream? Oh, gone with the rest of the Gungagans. All the
Gingaga
same.
people are alive. What the fuck?
I just wanted
You should have
to
said
say it.
Benorans. That would have been more. That would have made more sense.
Oh, that gives me a good idea to go for where we're going after Billy. But
What?
Billy is represented. He does Fire Emblem well by being a Blue Robin.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Primarily using his tomes. And since there's not really a character on the wiki thus far that incorporates a broom into their moveset, we have Ashley appearing as an assist trophy often to kind of rep that side of it. This Robin, since Billy is a racing character, Robin when he runs, he dashes forward with intense speed. So it's rather difficult to catch up with them. So much so it's like a wind burst behind their back. It's unnatural looking. It's like zoom.
Okay.
But this is not all. If enough time passes, or if you defeat Blue Robin, so regardless, this is going to happen. A giant ninja breadman appears.
What the fuck? Why?
And you must fight them as well to revenge his friend from the good old days, the Wii era. It's something we did, and it's coming back to rear its ugly head.
Yeah, ugly is right.
Ninja Breadman is here in this movie. Okay, that's what I've got.
It's too bad we haven't made a move for Kamek yet.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
All right. Well, next one for me. Let's see here. He's a fun guy, but not a fun guy. He did fight somebody that happens to like fun guy. It's Punchinello from Super Mario RPG.
Nice.
Where I learned that this guy is actually I used to think this guy was part of the Smithy gang, and I always thought it was weird that he wasn't in the ending parade with the Smithy float. But then I found out no, he's actually not part of Smithy team at all. He's just a dude. He's just a dude who wants to be famous, and you know what? I get it. I don't want to be famous, but I get it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He also looks like a bomb for some reason. I don't know. He wants a star piece in the Mobile Mines. He thinks it'll make him famous. So Punchinello will be represented by King K. Rool. Kind of thought it made sense with the two of them. And the stage will be the Cerulean Cave, which because mines, cave. I thought about having it be the Trunk Twister stage because it has mine carts on it, but I didn't. But the location of it didn't really work well for me. If it was inside the mines, fuck yeah. But I decided to go with an inside of a cave for this one. So Punchinello will be represented by King K. Rool, and he'll be equipped with a bomb at the start of the match. And additionally, activated bomb bombs will rain down on the stage every 20 seconds as if you were playing in super sudden death.
Nice.
So every 20 seconds, a bunch of bombs will just drop down, and you better get out of the way. They could end up killing Punchinello 20 seconds in without you having to do a damn thing. But just be careful.
That would be pretty fucking funny to see happen.
I mean, it's what happens in Mario RPG. He gets taken up by his own bombs. So I thought it was appropriate.
A lovely remake we were gifted. Now give us the sequel.
So
I'm ready.
Yes. Super Mario RPG 2. Let's go. Bring in Wario and Waluigi.
Yep. debuting on the Switch 2 at launch.
Yes.
You know, the rumor that it was delayed because new games needed to be finished for it? Okay, there you go.
I'm going to put my bet on the delay was because of Metroid Prime 4.
I hope so. At this rate, I hope so. Yeah, you can't expect the delay to be for Pokemon. They don't really do delays anymore.
To be fair, they can't because of how multi-structured the Pokemon franchise is with all of its merchandise. But guys, please give them more time.
I've been seeing a big push for people just saying stop doing dual versions.
Honestly, yes. It's time to not do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much development time that would save, but dear God, yes, please.
Mm-hmm. Let's do something involving a Pokemon now that we were on that subject.
Okay.
For me, it's a pocket monster of a different kind, represented by a pocket monster of the sort we're just talking about. It's Mamachi from Tamagotchi.
Oh Jesus, we just talked
Yeah,
about Mamachi a few episodes ago.
we did, didn't we? And what a beloved character. They they didn't have very high ratings for Rate Their Chances, which I think is abundantly fair. But in this world, as a spirit, there you go. So we're at Nintendo's park. I couldn't decide, you know, like, oh, is it in the living room or the park? But or bath time. All the Nintendo stages were great for this because it's another game where you're like taking care of animals. And like, where did you play with your freaking Tamagotchi? It's there or school.
I didn't.
Done. Yeah, neither did I. But if I did, I was too busy playing such hits as Elf Bowling on the flip phone at the time.
I was playing Pokemon.
Yeah, what the hell is that shit? Pallet Town, more like Pellet Town. Anyway, Pichu represents Mamachi with item gravitation, which I felt made a little sense given that they're fucking aliens. So as you roam about, all items will kind of go in Pichu's direction, and also another callback to Tamagotchi and like their feeding structure and care structure and stuff. When you eat food, when it eats food, Mamachi will have a general stat boost every time it eats food. So there's a pretty good chance you're going to be fighting a literal monster if you don't dispatch it soon enough.
Makes sense.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
All right. Yes, I do think they would be appropriate for the next one. So tell me, Jonno, have you ever played not even a joke, hit game Castle Crashers?
There was a time I really wanted to, but no.
It's honestly really good. I've played it multiple times and had fun every single time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to do a spirit battle for the 4 princesses from the game. These are the 4 princesses that their kidnapping in the beginning of the game is what starts off your adventure. There's a green, blue, orange, and a purple one. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I got my colors wrong. Green, blue, red, and orange. I was looking at the halo colors of the last 2, and it threw me off. And after you beat specific bosses, you'll get to the knights that are being played as. If assuming you're doing multiplayer, will go into a friendly competition where they beat the shit out of each other, and the winner gets the chance to kiss the princess. That's what happens. So for this spirit battle, the 4 princesses, this is going to be a stamina match. It'll all taking place on the stage Coliseum. Each princess will be represented by a different character, and they will be spawning in one at a time for the player to fight. Because this time around, the princess is fighting for her right to not be kissed. That said, it's a little weird that I'm saying that the spirit battle is about you beating them, and I don't like the implications of this. So we're just going to go back to this being a spirit battle, and there's nothing about kissing in this, because that started to sound bad. Anyways, the red princess will spawn in first and be represented by Princess Daisy.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a reason Daisy's not the orange princess. So it's the color that best fit. I actually guess the colors don't really work now I'm looking at these. But fuck it, I don't care. Then once you dispatch her, the blue princess will spawn represented by Peach. When she's been beaten, the green princess will spawn be represented by Zelda. And then finally, the orange princess will spawn. Now here's a fun thing about the orange princess. Spoilers for the end of the game. Throughout the game, every time you see the orange princess, her face is always covered up in some
Mhm.
way. Such as when you first see them being carried around by the barbarians, while the first three princesses are tied up by their bodies to wooden poles, the orange princess
Mhm.
has her face tied to the wooden pole, so you can't see her face. This is
Oh,
because in the
jeez.
game, you get the reveal that the orange princess is actually a clown. The Orange Princess is actually the Clown Princess. So the Orange Princess will be represented by marks. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
The first three princesses will all have 50 HP, while the Orange Princess will have 80 HP, and the player will have 100.
Hmm.
So you gotta fight three
Beautiful.
princesses and then a clown.
I do like that. I do like the implications of kissing marks as
You
well.
would actually you don't get the kiss the Clown Princess actually because it's when the player goes in for the kiss that's when they reveal this like I'm a clown and now I'm gonna start dancing. We're gonna roll the credits. Man, they make some trippy games.
Yes, yes, they do. Yes, they do. That's pretty fucking great. Okay. Where do we go from there? Oh, I want to do that, or do I want to do? Hmm. Okay, this feels appropriate. Now we can follow up the clown with this, but we can do something different. From my from a game of great um reverence in my home, Okami. It is Shiranui.
Ah,
Yes, the legendary form of Amaterasu, essentially a great a great god of immense power who took on the form of a wolf 100 years before the events of Okami to fight off the demon Orochi, the eight-headed serpent, and save Nagi and Orange Village and stuff. It's all very similar to the first arc of Okami, where you're playing as Amaterasu, saving the village again 100 years later. Kind of the initial premise of Okami in that first arc, too, is uh, when the world needed Shiranui most, they vanished.
classic.
Very, yeah, yeah, classic indeed. Very Avatar, etc. So, this is a callback, and then later on, there you get to kind of enter that world and see how things happened back then too. It's trippy, but all the same, um, this is Amaterasu, of course. That's something that we all did together with Twilix not too long ago. The Smashtopia wiki. It's on there. Go look at it. And Shinshu Fields, the primary locale of Okami, the initial one anyway, like the Hyrule field of the game, if you will. Um, and that this is where it's placed. Naturally, you have to defeat Shiranui to beat the spirit battle, but Amaterasu is surrounded by gold light. Tracks out so far. You have to break the light barrier in order to damage Shiranui. How do you do that? Well, you can hit it hard enough but there's some that are more effective. So if you blow it away or use like a dark magic, something of that kind with your items or moves, then your attack will deal more damage to the barrier and get it broken down quicker. So like perhaps Ganondorf would be a good character to play as here.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Or just some sort of or equip a spirit that has a dark energy but barrier thing on it. Susano, representing Nagi, will appear throughout the match as an assist trophy and do his thing where he's slashing at the opponent and perhaps some of the time he doesn't quite land his hit correctly.
That would make
Yeah,
sense for him. He's
yeah, it would.
kind of ineffective.
Yep. As Nagi was back in the day, it turns out. They have a history of
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Fits poor guys.
Oh wow. Interesting though, and introducing a new mechanic to Surf Battle that Ultimate doesn't have with like this light barrier thing.
Mm-hmm. It could be the future.
It could be.
It's not that far out there, huh? Like it's there you
I
go.
mean, there's stranger ideas.
This is also true, yeah.
All right.
Speaking of,
Uh, you know what? Sure, I'll allow that.
okay,
Speaking of,
okay.
from Dead by Daylight, the Oni. That's a
What?
stranger idea.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yep. That's my next spirit. Because, I haven't played it too much in a while. But, I enjoyed playing Dead by Daylight and hating myself for playing it. It's a thing. And
It's trash.
Leone, he's was once a man. He was a samurai, trained, raised to respect the samurai code. But then he saw fake samurais, and he's just like, I'm gonna kill you. And then the people feared him, and they started calling him Minoti, which he didn't like. So then he started killing those people, and then he got sucked into the entity's realm, where he officially became the Oni. It's just like, you know what, you kind of did this to yourself, my guy. So for this spirit battle, the Oni will be represented by Arataki Ito, an Oni character from Genshin Impact, who I made a moveset for, and his stage will be the Black Temple.
Mm-hmm.
So for the spirit battle, Arataki's sword and kanabo based attacks will deal an increased amount of damage, which he puts to great use by putting a higher focus on using his Fight Club Bludgeon and Saichimaji Slash special moves. Additionally, when Arataki hits 70% damage for the first time, he will get a free Final Smash.
Nice. I do enjoy it, and I will have to. That's like fucking wild. That felt like background for a character when you don't know what you're getting into. So okay,
Dead by Daylight's got some lore with its characters.
it does. How does Nick Cage fit into all this? Who knows?
It's literally Nick Cage. He was on the set. He was on the set of a movie he was producing, and he just got pulled in. It's like, oh, I'm here now.
Oh my god.
That's literally how it works. It's like, okay.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Speaking of incredible, what's it gonna be next?
Mr. Incredible.
What was that?
Mr. Incredible.
You want Mr. Incredible? I can give you Mr. Incredible. He was what's incredible about this character is how deeply I believe he can relate to the millennial plight. He was so close to the idea of retirement, and then he died.
Oh.
Some still revered him for his sense of humor, his character, his strong will, his ability to move forward despite the world and his government working against his greater will.
Isn't that
And
all
yet,
governments?
yes. Exactly. He's relatable. We understand what he felt. We know what he was going through.
Fair.
He was also an ace sharpshooter. When he came back the second time, you got to fight him. You got to see that. A unique class, actually, in the Xenoblade 3 lore. You can't, unless you're playing as Mwamba, you can't be a sharpshooter. What a guy. Oh, Mwamba. He's here. He's canonized into Smashtopia lore as a spirit now.
Fuck me.
So, who represents Mwamba on the Faranis Battlegrounds? It's Ocelot again. I had to do something with a sharpshooter, and it's like, oh, here's one. Here's the one that we have right now.
Fair.
So, Ocelot is constantly going for his draw technique. So this is his down special that is very multi-sided. If you're using a melee attack on him, he will counter in a certain way and throw you aside and shoot at you close range. If you're shooting a projectile at him, he will, and you use this move, he will dodge it from afar and then counter with his own shot again. So Mwamba is constantly countering. He's just trying to get away from the idea of you murdering him before his retirement day has come. But each time, draw is used successfully. So Ocelot successfully counters your move and shoots you. Mwamba's defense is decently increased. So every time he lands a hit, his defense is increased. Oh, and here's the thing. Once you get rid of Mwamba once, he'll come back with a stat boost, and you'll have to fight him, and you'll have to KO him again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only down from here.
You know, you want to go down?
Oh, yeah.
All
sure.
right, let's go down. Down deep underground, you could say. Because this next spirit battle takes place on the deep underground stage from the Dig Dug franchise that Kelly created.
Nice.
And that spirit battle is of the Mole Tank Yoshi transformation from the superior Yoshi game, Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi topsy-turvy, man.
Absolutely not.
Pongo the Book Spirit.
No. So this spirit battle, pretty simple. You're fighting against a regular Yoshi. He'll be equipped with Vega's Claw, which is a slashing weapon that you can pick up and equip. Vega being the character from Street Fighter. And then Yoshi is also able to attack to the deep underground ground with much greater ease than the player can. Because on that stage, there's a mechanic where you can attack the ground and dig your way through it, creating either more space to fight or eliminating your space to fight, depending on how you're going about it, depending on how crazy you are. And Molten Kyoshi is able to dig through the ground with much greater efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Very, very nice.
Can't go much farther down than that.
Yeah. So we won't even try. Instead, we'll go back up to Earth. Or the water, if you will. The beloved eco-researcher Catherine Sunday from Endless Ocean is here.
Ah.
Yeah. Makes you excited and happy once again. Same feelings as Mwamba, maybe. Represented by the Diver, an iconic character on the Smashtopia wiki, one might say. On the Gaviano, because we've canonized all of Endless Ocean and Smash here. Smashtopia, rather. Catherine, I mean, she's a researcher. Researches the various things that she dives into the ocean and takes photos of. So there's not a whole lot going on here in terms. So and she's a passive character. She doesn't fight. So this is a pink diver walking along the stage, kind of just haphazardly. But whenever you get too near, she'll trigger the shark attack down special, and the shark will appear on either side of her. Just go. Brr, brr. So you gotta watch out. Figure out a tactic that'll work best to defeat Catherine Sunday and her shark and
Long
penguin.
range.
Yeah. Gotta watch out for the penguin too. Yeah.
It looks terrifying.
Yeah. It's a nice little bird.
Well, if you're going to do something aquatic, I guess I'll do something aquatic next. This character is rather infamous for being difficult to defeat, not because they themselves are hard, but because there is an additional challenge in their fight. Really, all you gotta do is dance water dance. It's Demyx. Demyx from Kingdom Hearts 2. He makes you fight his water clones, and if you don't kill them all in the time frame, you just lose. Yeah, thankfully this spirit battle won't be that evil. But Demyx will be represented by Mipha, and it'll still take place in the Underworld stage, since the Underworld is where you encounter Demyx in Kingdom Hearts 2. Demyx will be represented by Mipha, who will be backed up by the Barber the Bat Assist Trophy, which will spawn pretty quickly once the match is started. And then after that, every 30 seconds, Barber the Bat will spawn it again until you defeat Demyx. So please defeat him quick. And that's it. That's the whole battle.
I think if Demix were represented by a Super Cast Brothers character person, uh, it would be Eric.
Sure.
Since they bring the same personality to the table, it would be fitting. The guitar is interesting. It's like a weird lute
It's a
guitar.
sitar. It's a sitar.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Sweet. Okay. Nice. Barbara the Bad is nice back up there. That's pretty cool. Another iconic character. The Easter bird from RuneScape.
The what?
The Easter bird from RuneScape. It's a bird that appears in the Easter event at RuneScape, first appearing in 2006. It lays magic eggs, and you're supposed to be retrieving them and allowing them access. You carry them out to finish a side quest. But yeah, and it looks like something from RuneScape, all right. Look at that guy.
Definitely does.
He was originally hypnotized, giving him his dull look.
That would explain the eyes.
Yes.
I thought it was drugs.
But here, the Easter bird is fought on Hyrule Castle from the 64 days.
Okay.
And Green Falco.
That makes sense.
Green Falco. Running and jumping away from you as eggs fall in his path wherever he goes. Eggs and chocolate will fall from Falco's feet wherever he runs and jumps.
Okay.
If you pick up, if a full minute passes and you still haven't defeated the Easter bird, the eggs will start to become small grenades. So, eternally behind Falco, there are grenades dropping as he fights you. So you'll have to take care of that while he's just feeding you snacks.
I'm surprised you didn't go with Banjo and Kazooie and had them use both Regal Blaster and the grenade bomb move.
Oh, that would have been smart. I didn't remember that they existed at the time.
Internal screaming.
Gah! Happy Easter! Oh my gosh.
Easter's already passed by the time this episode goes up.
Oh, by almost a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
A little late.
Times.
Okay. Well, did I interrupt you, or was there another part to the Easter
Whoa,
bird?
no.
Okay. Okay. I didn't want to cut you off.
Mm-hmm. That's
all right. Well, true. Let's talk about Pokemon. Every single spirit battle from the Pokemon franchise in Smash Ultimate is of a Pokemon. There is no spirit battle for any trainer or anything else besides the actual Pokemon themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fix that. Let's talk about the Elite Four. Some of the most powerful trainers in all the Pokemon world. There's some really cool Elite Four members out there. Obviously there's Lance, there's Sydney, there's Drake, Malva. A lot of people were like Caitlyn. Aaron? Nah, not Aaron. We're not going to talk about any of them. Instead, I've got Bruno, a fighting type specialist from the Indigo Plateau, serving as a lead four member for both the original Gen 1 and the Gen 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
So Bruno will be represented by Ryu from Street Fighter. Just makes sense. They're both big old fighting type people, and those stage will of course be Pokemon Stadium. Ryu will have his punches and his kicks be given an attack boost, so they're going to deal a lot more of a punch. Ha, funny jokes whenever they get landed against the player. Additionally, Pokeball items will spawn on the stage, and they will contain fighting type Pokemon. Almost exclusively fighting type Pokemon.
Nice.
So this will include Hitmonlee and Surfetched. That said, there will be some non-fighting type Pokemon that can appear, but it's going to be ones that will use fighting type moves as part of their Pokeball summoning. So Alolan Geodude has actually, guess he doesn't have a fighting type move. He's using Thunder Punch. That's another type move, but it's a punching move, so I'm allowing it. Additionally, Abomasnow is using Ice Punch, which isn't a fighting type move either, but I'll allow it. I don't. It's fine. I'm only realizing this after the fact, but it's fine. I'll have to edit part of that, but it's fine. And then there's one more Pokemon that appeared out of the Pokeball that doesn't use any fighting related move or the fighting type itself. Onyx. Why? Because Bruno for some reason has 2 Onyxes in his team. It don't make sense. Make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
That said, this is a stamina battle, so both the player and Rhea will have 150 HP for the spirit battle.
Very nice.
This basically exists for me to mock Bruno's using Onyx on his team.
It comes across well. I like the idea of that, and I think that creates an easy template for you or whoever in the future to engage with the Smashtopia wiki. Do that for different fighting types and different gym leaders or Elite Four members.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty neat. So somebody who's also quite a fighter but doesn't engage with the fighting types, more of a chef actually. It's Gargarox Acephalarg.
Okay, before you get this guy, this is a character from Neopets. I need to do the talking here. Sorry,
Yes.
To interrupt you on this, but when you first sent the list, I was just like, "Who the fuck?" I don't remember a Neopets character called it, so I had to look it up. I was like, "Oh, it's the chef shopkeep from the Virtue Pet Space Station." But then also he's in one of the mini games that you can play of Gorm Ball, which is basically dodgeball except the ball explodes on you. So I'm really hoping you have Gorm Ball represented in here somehow. All right, I'll shut up now. I just had to say that.
That is the way. Yeah, I mean, this was another character that we had mentioned. I mentioned jokingly during our talk about Shoryu in the previous Smash or Dash episode. So here we are again. Bringing Gargarox until I think I even said it there. It's like, oh, I think I'll make a submission of Gargarox Acephalarg. So, and then you're like, oh, what? And then now it's here. Will into existence, he did. Yes, so Gargarox is represented by Bowser in the stamina match. Did not have a stage written down, my bad.
What's a space? Do we have a space station stage? Oh, Kelly made one from System.
Oh, really?
I think he did. I think it's no. Did he make it a stage or it's just a spirit battle? I think he made Citadel Station from System Shock. That sounds like it would work.
I think so. Yes, that's the stage we're using.
Hey.
Yes, indeed. Hooray! But this Bowser is constantly eating food that's spread out across the stage and spawns, and healing its stamina further. And it's constantly jumping around the stage, kicking and hitting beach balls your direction.
Yes.
Beach ball being an item that is unique to Smashtopia that I did for seemingly no reason a couple years ago. That it comes falling softly in, you can toss it and hit it around until it eventually pops. Some of these beach balls have explosive properties, so watch out for that. There you go.
Excellent.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
All right, that's going to be our first Neopets content on the fucking wiki. God damn. Jesus.
How far we've come.
Well, nah, we're not going there yet. Let's talk about, some people cover wars. Some people just want to eat their chocolate bar while they're escaping the zombie horde. And that sounds like Coach from Left 4 Dead to me. Specifically, Left 4 Dead 2. Coach is one of the 4 survivors in that game alongside Nick, Ellis, and Rochelle. and he is more or less the leader, much like how Bill was for the original crew. In I'm trying to think. I was trying to think how it says. Left 4 Dead 2 added melee weapons, and Coach's artwork has him with a fireman's axe, which that's fun. I like that. But apparently, as an NPC, he tends to more use, I think, rifles of some sort. So
Hmm. Okay.
each character has like their own specialty, I guess. It's been a while since I played it. I honestly don't remember that part. It's just what the wiki told me. But Coach can be represented by fellow chocolate bar enthusiast Doc Lewis.
Ah.
And the stage will be the No More Heroes Motel, because the first level of Left 4 Dead 2 has you in a hotel.
Hmm.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So both Coach and the player will start out with 100 HP, because it's going to be a stamina match as well. And when Doc Lewis goes below 80 HP, he will prioritize activating his down taunt, which, as Kelly created this character, he made it so that when you use the down taunt, Doc Lewis will eat a chocolate bar. And if he's able to eat it uninterrupted, he will recover 20 HP right away, so go nearly back up to full. But he can only do that once. And if he gets interrupted, then he won't get his HP recovered. Instead, he will activate his Angry Doc mode, which, if I'm remembering correctly offhand, because I'm not looking at the moment, I believe is basically like a stat buff
Hmm.
temporarily.
Hmm.
So, maybe I don't think it's rifles. Maybe it's shotguns, because I have written down next that Doc Lewis will spawn in wielding the Splatbrella item to represent Coach's uses of shotguns in Left 4 Dead. But he will never use the defensive functionality of the Splatbrella, where you can deploy the umbrella as a shield.
Yeah.
But also, you'll have gun-like ranged items, and some melee items will be the only other items that will spawn during the spirit battle. So you can have a little gun match with Coach.
Cool. I like that. Doc. Anything involving Doc Lewis also gets points
Oh,
just
hell
for
yeah.
that. I love the idea that he's here, and Kelly did a good job with him.
Yep.
Um, something simple but massive at the same time. It's Mass Attack.
Ah.
From Kirby Mass Attack, the underrated strategy game coming out late in the DS's lifespan, where you guide 10 Kirbys around like a 2D Pikmin-like scape in the Kirby world. It's pretty fun, pretty cool. So the stage is Autumn Forest. It's typical Smash where you're fighting several Kirbys at the same time to a time limit. So you'll be fighting 9 Kirbys at once. Defeat the 9, and a giant Kirby will fall to the stage, and you beat that one too, and then you're done.
This is very much like a classic Melee era event match, and I love that.
Yeah, that's why I went for it. I was thinking what could represent something of this nature, and there it was. 10 Kirby's looking me in the eyes.
Makes sense.
Said, "Oh, Gargarok's just making us food tonight."
Gargarok is not going to survive the night. Well, I don't have 10 of something, but I do have 5 of something.
Okay.
From Danganronp-a.
No.
The Mana Cubs.
Okay.
The Mana Cubs are only in the third Danganronp-a game, where they are the children of Monokuma. That how a robot bear has children, I don't know. How these children are also 5 robots, when one of them is described as being the robot of the robots, is also doesn't make much sense to me, but it's a thing. So we have here, if I remember all their names, oh wow, if Monotaro, Monosuke, Monophony, Monokid, and Monodam. Those are the 5 Mono Kids, who will all be represented by Monokuma. Shocker. On the Garreg Mach Monastery stage, because it's a school, and I didn't want to use the Hills Peak Underground stage for this, because I was like, that's too related. Do something different. So Garreg Mach Monastery. So it'll all be taking place in the reception hall part of that stage. We won't have any stage transitions at all. Just be in that one spot. And each of the Moncubs will spawn on the stage at the start of the match all together. all at once. So good luck. It's gonna be a little bit rough for you. Each Monica will also behave in a slightly different way. Monotaro will put a priority on grabbing and using items. Monodam will be more defensive and use his shield and dodges with efficiency. Mono Kid will have a aggressive AI at the cost of his own life expectancy. Monophony will attempt to hang back and heal a small amount of damage every 10 seconds. Monosuke will have an increased amount of AI when it comes to taking advantage of an opponent, making well calculated attacks against them. Additionally, there's kind of a sixth hidden Monica. They're super tiny. They're nanoscopic, and they are the film crew of Danganronp-a V3. So they are going to be represented by the Flies in Hand Assist trophy, which will occur every so often.
Nice. I don't think this is the first time I've heard of the Monicos. It's the first time I'm remembering them after quite some time. So, oh my gosh.
Go watch Curb and I's playthrough of all 3 Danganronpa games. It's a good time.
Okay. The freaking the way they look is
Yep.
pretty entertaining. Oh yeah, I'll give you something simple, but represented on Garrick Mock as well. I think that's a good segue. It's Bernadetta. From the Black Eagles, who has an asshole dad, which seems to go around.
Yeah, she does.
And she's pretty shy, I guess partially because of that, and over time you kind of partially break her out of her shell, but she's really known as like a timid, funny character for those reasons, where she's constantly hiding in her room and whatever. But she's a great unit, a great archer, who was an asset of my team in every run through I think I've made in that game. So looking naturally for characters who prioritize bow shooting, I went for Ellie from The Last of Us to represent Bernadetta.
Fair enough.
Prioritizing, of course, her bow, her standard special bow. Because of Bernadetta's evasive nature, she will be moving away from the fighter wherever she can, and also the further away that she is from you when she lands a shot, the harder that shot will hit. Embracing, like, again, this is an essential part of her character.
Like the staff item.
Mm-hmm. So that's about it. She's constantly shooting at you. We'll use other moves to get up close and evading you, but maybe turning off some of the more modern items. Like you won't get a gun out of Ellie on this character.
Fair enough.
And then Bernadetta wielded a gun. It'd be pretty satisfying in some instances.
Goodbye, Count Varley.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. Let's talk about a hit game. There's not a lot of games out there that from trailer 1, are going to be amazing. Splatoon 1 is one of them. And another one, I believe we talked about this recently as well. Where are they? Shit. There they are. It's the Root Pack from Cuphead.
Nice. Yeah.
These guys are one of the early bosses of the game. I think they might have been in that original trailer. It's 3 root vegetables. They owe their souls to the devil, and Cuphead has come to collect. We got a potato named Sal Sputter. There's an onion called Ollie Bub, and a carrot called Chauncey Chanteray. But did you know, John, there's actually a 4th member of the Root Pack?
No.
During this boss battle's second phase, the onion, when he first pops out, he will start to cry before he does anything else. If Cuphead does not attack the onion during this part, he will actually leave. And Horace Radish, the radish, will appear instead. I didn't notice, but apparently most, if not all, bosses in Cuphead have secret phases to them, and Horace is the secret phase for the Root Pack.
Nice.
That said, for the spirit battle, horse does not make an appearance. We're just going to be representing the potato, the onion, and the carrot. They
Okay.
will spawn in one at a time. So you're going to start off by fighting Pseudo Wudo, representing the potato, while you're on the greenhouse stage, because, that made sense for vegetables, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Pseudo Wudo will primarily use his Rock Throw and Rock Tomb special moves. Once he's been KO'd, Ludicolo will spawn in, representing the onion, and primarily use his Scald and Water Sport specials. And then finally, once they've both been taken care of, the carrot will spawn, but will be represented by Mewtwo, because he's a psychic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the carrot's a psychic for some reason. Mewtwo will primarily use Confusion and Disable special moves. Oh, actually, I lied. The radish does make an appearance at the end of my description here. I forgot about that. If a minute passes before you have been able to KO all 3 members of the Root Pack, then Jigglypuff will spawn in to represent Forest
Oh my
Radish,
god.
and where they will primarily use Rollout and Wake Up Slash, or Wake Up Slap, rather, not Slash. And Jigglypuff will just stay in, like the other characters will all just keep their still like the normal attack patterns and spawning conditions, and Jigglypuff will just be there until you get rid of Jigglypuff. And once they're there, you got to KO all 4.
Nice. Nice. Root pack represent.
Oh yeah.
Fill your fruits and veggies. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go slightly against the grain here because this character is from a game. It's from Castlevania, Lords of Darkness. Shadow, rather. Sorry, I have never played those games for good reason, but I had kind of the anime appearance of this character in mind, much like I did when I made a moveset for Isaac from the Castlevania anime for some reason on the wiki. So here we have his cohort, his fellow Forge Master Hector. As a spirit. Yes. Yes. Whereas Isaac goes out on a great adventure throughout the series, Hector's story is a little more insular.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a reason why I went for one character as the character, and he wasn't it. But we'll give him his due time here. Hector is represented. Naturally, it's Dracula's castle. It's obviously Dracula's castle. He's represented by Darunia.
Okay, no, that makes sense. That makes sense, actually.
Yes, because he's a forge master who uses a hammer to create monsters out of dead souls of the damned. So here's Darunia with his forge master's hammer, which contains fire attributes now, as he's smashing on his foes. Throughout the battle, enemies will appear in the forefront of Dracula's castle. You will see such enemies as the Hyena and Tiny Devil from Castlevania, or the Poltergeist from Bloodstained, on stage with you. Perhaps even Critter from the Donkey Kong franchise will make an appearance. I don't know. Ask me later when it's on the website.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and halfway through, Isaac will join the battle too. He can fight him. He's there for his old acquaintance, one might say. There you go. Done and done.
All right. So it's funny you have enemies spawning. My next favorite battle doesn't necessarily spawn enemies, but the character that it's based off of does.
Really?
So I have here a Lickety Spit from Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime, a fan favorite game of mine. Lickety Spit is a giant grapevine monster who serves as the boss fight later in the game, and you don't necessarily battle him directly. Instead, he will spawn cactoball enemies, which are spherical cactuses. You have to knock these cactuses onto his tongue, which he then tries to eat and hurts himself. That's the whole boss fight. That's it. That's Lickety Spit. So for the spirit battle, Lickety Spit will be represented by piranha plants on the autumn forest stage, and this is another stamina battle. Lickety Spit will be represented by a giant version of the piranha plant, though, who still only has like his average amount of strength. So he's nothing too special. He's just giant. The only items that will spawn in this entire battle are the Unira, because hey, it's a spike ball. Makes sense to me. Damage from the Unira, though, will deal an increased amount of damage to the piranha plant compared to what it would normally, and both the piranha plant and the player will both have 100 HP. So there you go. Lickety Spit.
Lickety Spit. I do like the name.
It's a good name.
Lickety Spit. What do they look like? Aha. Classic.
Yep.
Okay. So following up with on these, I had a character who the spirit who summoned enemies. Now I have a spirit who is an enemy, or a boss rather, from Castlevania's long running, perhaps now former, given time and how that's worked out, rival from Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghosts and Goblins. It's Shielder.
Oh,
yeah, one of the initial bosses, one of the first bosses you fight in Ghouls and Ghosts. Period. He's kind of an abomination, like an ugly lizard guy with a gremlin head that is detached from his body, which he holds like a lantern and uses to shoot fireballs at Arthur from his dislodged mouth.
I'm sorry?
Good times. Sounds easy enough for a first boss, but this is Ghouls and Ghosts, so now you're kind of screwed. That being said, Shielder is represented by Ridley on the Tower of Twin Dragons from Bloodstained. Ridley is naturally green. Flame items will fall more often during this boss fight. Ridley will prioritize using his standard special, which is the 3 fireball shot from his mouth, which is the same, like literally the same attack that Shielder has in that game, and Project Crosstone apparently. And Medusa heads will appear on stage rather often to represent the idea of Shielder being a decapitated character.
Oh, goody.
Good times. Mortifying. Kind of ugly guy. is not appealing to look at for very long.
No.
So that's that.
All right. Next up. So last year, I added a lot of Final Fantasy content onto the Smashtopia wiki, trying to give something to each of the mainline games, and also kind of like something for Tactics, something for Crystal Chronicles, just to spread out the Final Fantasy love, since Smash proper seems to only want to represent Final Fantasy VII.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at you, Sakurai, and I'm not happy about it. So I said, I've got a couple of spirits for Final Fantasy here today, but one of them I thought would be a little bit different. Instead of representing a character or an enemy or something like that, I'm representing one of the jobs in Final Fantasy. One of the various classes that your character can become. And for this one, we're going with the Geomancer, which is best known in Final Fantasies 3, 5, Tactics, and 11. The Geomancer is able to use the terrain to its advantage by either, it has immunity to walking across dangerous terrain, and it also uses a variety of special attacks that will change based on the location that they are in. So I thought, we can do something interesting here. So the Geomancer is going to be represented by 2 Isaacs and 2 Virides, and the stage is going to be your Route 199 stage.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I thought, you know what, that's a stage that's about, it's a tall stage, it's got 3 big platforms to it. I think this could work. And that's also where I think the Weather Institute is in Hoenn, if I remember correctly. So this makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So, how's this going to work? All 4 Geomancers will be on the field at the same time. And throughout the fight, the 3 main platforms will come under assault with a variety of terrain effects, which makes them dangerous to be on. The Isaac and Verdi Geomix will be immune to all these effects and will attempt to lure fighters into danger. Fighters can, of course, try to mitigate these effects with spirits, like, zap floor immunity and whatnot. However, with the variety of possible trigger effects, it is impossible to protect against all of the dangers that you could be up against.
Mm-hmm.
Up to 2 or the 3 floors of this stage can be covered in trigger effects at a time, with the only areas being safe being the areas directly surrounding the mock bites and the mock bikes and the muddy slopes which let you traverse the 3 different levels. And there are 6 different types of dangerous terrain that can occur here. Poison floor, which is, it's the poison floor, lava floor, zap floor, freezing floor, sticky floor, and slumber floor effects that spirits can have in Smash Ultimate. So if you're in the poison, you'll be taking damage for as long as you're on the ground. Lava floor, if you touch lava, you get launched upwards with fire damage. Zap floor, pretty much the same thing, except it's electric. Freezing floor, again, same thing, but it's ice, and you have a high chance of being frozen. Sticky floor, your movement speed is slowed down, and your jump height's reduced. Kind of hard to escape that. And then slumber floor, you fall asleep. Arguably the most dangerous of them all.
Yeah. You be sleeping.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Geomancers, man. They can fuck you up.
Geomancers, Jigglypuff, all over the place. That's nice. I like that taking a general stab at Final Fantasy with a more unique class.
Yeah.
Pretty neat. I'll give you something that has a bit of a Final Fantasy lean here. And it's because I'm using your stage from Final Fantasy XIV, the Orzean Alliance.
Oh.
Yes. And you're fighting as one of your characters as well, the Trapper from Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
In this timed match versus from another hit MMORPG.
Oh.
The Scout from Seven Swords.
Okay.
The Sohomo franchise.
Not a single arrow released without dignity.
Yes. I think that's what it said in the official game manual.
It does, because that's the only image of this thing that I could find online.
Nice. I knew it might be kind of a task, but if it wasn't possible, you would have let me know ahead of this episode. So there you go. There it is. A character that I was this character for a long time. This was my class of choice in this ridiculous mobile game that I played religiously when I was a teenager. I kind of split my socializing as a homeschooled kid between this game and Mercurius. I played this game. I had that group of friends that kind of almost entirely evaporated by now, as high school friends do.
True.
And then there's us, you and me, and Jake and Eric and Trevor. All those guys I've known for 15 years and still talk to. Oh my god. Anyway, this is a toast to the chalice to that old crew. So, throughout this fight, the Trapper will be preferring to drop bear traps, as a Scout can do in Seven Swords, and will otherwise fight with melee attacks. And bow-wielding assist trophies, like Bow from Breath of Fire 2, will show up and do their thing as well, while bow items also drop at a consistent rate. Defeat within the time limit, X, whatever it'll be, because Seven Swords matches were timed arena matches, all of them, and win.
I don't think we have any bow items.
No, we don't. That's why I said, oh, bow items. Because maybe one day they will.
I mean, there is the Takumi assist trophy.
Takumi will... Yeah, he will be appearing in this fight.
There you go!
Bad. Double Takumi may even appear.
Ah, beans. You know what? Speaking of Takumi...
Oh, God.
I've got a Fire Emblem Spirit battle to do next.
Okay.
And I thought, you know what? This is a character that we both fear will be out of the spec. There's no illusions here. I made a spirit battle for Alir because we don't want Alir to be a character. So I am manifesting Alir as only being a spirit. That's what this is.
Meditate. Yes.
This is me
And a
just being
Mario
like,
Kart character.
please don't give us Marth 2. Literally Marth the sequel. Because he's
Marth.
it's I guess no, that's not true. He's not Marth the sequel, but he just summons Marth. That's the only thing unique about this character.
Marth with Marth.
Yeah.
Marth with
squared.
Joker's mechanic.
Marth squared.
Yes. Marth is Arsene.
So who do you think Alir is represented by at the spirit battle?
Marth.
Marth. Yes. Duh. And the stage is Skyloft because, that best represents the Somniel from Fire Emblem Engage.
Mm-hmm.
And in the spirit battle, Marth is going to be is also going to have a second Marth backing up to represent Emblem Marth. So in my notes for the spirit battle, I have to refer to them as Alir Marth as the actual spirit, and then Emblem Marth as the second Marth. So how this works is you only need to defeat Alir Marth in this spirit battle. That's the only one you gotta KO. You don't get to KO the Emblem Marth. However, as long as Emblem Marth remains in the field, Alir Marth's stats will all become enhanced. So it might be better to defeat Emblem Marth first so that you can weaken Alir Marth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Okay. Interesting. I would be totally fine with that being something that exists.
Yeah, please don't actually be playable, Alir.
Vander, feel free to join the battle.
Yunaka.
Yeah.
Give us a rogue character.
Give us a rogue character that is not from Engage. Just, there's Anna right there. Use that as the base and then give her all the weapons.
Soth. Matthew.
Yeah.
Saizo.
Yeah. Jafar.
Berkut. Wait, no. I was thinking of Baruka. Shit. I don't even know if she qualifies either. God damn it. Moving on. What's your next spirit? We're actually, funnily enough, we are starting to run out of time. Well, I thought we would be through a lot more of these spirits than we are.
I'm curious how
We've got 26 left.
What?
Yeah, we have 26 spirits left.
I don't think we're gonna make.
We're not.
All of them. That's crazy.
Pretty much at the point where we need to pick our favorites, and we're gonna do that from here on.
Okay. In that case, I still got a meme on you a little bit.
Me too.
Yeah, you too. No, it's tell me, who do you think, what character from the Smashtopia wiki do you believe King Harkinian would be represented by? From the CDI Zelda games. It's someone that all.
I'm just gonna cut it. Do what? Oh no. The first character that came to mind was King K. Rool.
That was what I thought, and then I was like, "Oh, I already used King K. Rool here," so on the pirate ship stage, my boy, Iroh.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes, he has a beard, and he could have been the Fire Lord. Chose a path of enlightenment instead.
Should have been still.
Could have avoided a lot. All that to be said, Iroh in his gold and yellow costume will represent King Harkinian on the pirate ship. Why are they on the pirate ship as a Zelda stage? Because King Harkinian tells Link in the Wand of Gamelon, "My boy, my ship leaves in the morning."
Okay.
So there you are, fighting on the ship. That's it. He's pretty strong because he's a legendary spirit. I had thought about having Link join halfway through and don't know if I would because that doesn't happen in the game. But there you go. Simple enough. Putting respect on the king. Still a better king than the one from Breath of the Wild who I just name forgot.
Rome Bosphorus Hyrule.
How could I?
How dare you? We had a Smash or Dash episode about him.
Yes, we did.
So I'm going to hit you with a very surprising character choice here, because this character Their IP is not originally a video game.
Really?
From Game of the Year, Baldur's Gate 3, I give you a very important character. People love the companion in this game, but it's not any of them. This is Withers.
Nice.
Withers is an undead character that you can meet earlier. I don't know what happens if you skip his encounter, because it's very much an optional place. But he allows you to respec your character and change your class. You can also summon hirelings, which is
Mhm.
basically just like, here, have some, like, if you end up killing off all your companions, here you go, you have some hirelings. You can just some pay them, and they're basically mercenaries that aren't story relevant. They'll just help you fight. So for
Mhm.
the spirit battle, Withers will be represented by Nurgle in a stamina match on the temple stage, the Zelda temple, not the Fire Emblem temple.
Yeah.
So interestingly, here Withers will not spawn at the start of the spirit battle. Instead, 5 random hirelings will be summoned. Oh, I'm sorry. 4 random hirelings will be summoned at the start of the match, out of a list of 12 possible characters, each representing the different character classes that are in Baldur's Gate 3. And then once you've defeated all 4 of them, then Nurgle will spawn and you have to defeat Nurgle. Each of the hirelings will only have 50 HP, while Nurgle will have 20. Because, Withers isn't really a character that you fight. He's a don't fight him, but he's not really a character that fights in the game, so he only has 20 HP. You did all your fighting already with the hirelings. The player will get 100 HP. Now, as for the possible
Mhm.
hirelings, these are your options. The Barbarian will be represented by the Monster Squad, the characters from Rampage. The Bard will be represented by Venti from Genshin Impact. The Cleric will be represented by Dr. Mario. The Druid will be represented by Ranulf. The Fighter will be represented by Meta Knight. The Monk will be represented by Lucario. The Paladin will be represented by Link. The Ranger will be represented by Richter Belmont. The Rogue will be represented by Ezio Auditore. The
Yeah.
Sorcerer will be represented by Paula from Earthbound. The Warlock will be represented by Bayonetta. And the Wizard will be represented by Alphino of Final Fantasy XIV.
Nice. Nice. Wow, Withers has got a look about him.
He does.
I would like to play this game. I think out of the many experiences that I could have out of recent gaming, that this is one that I would like to actively pursue in the future because so many people, you, Flame Zone, Aza, there's a big cross section of people from who normally play different games from each other that really enjoy this game.
Ozza hasn't actually played it yet, but Britt has.
Oh, that's right. Someone
Yeah.
from that game.
And Moo.
And Moo. Shout
It is
out
a
Moo.
very long game, though, just so you're aware. There's a
Oh,
lot to
fun.
it.
Fun. Baldur's Gate 3 runtime. 63 and a half out. Okay.
Only 60. God, that feels short.
Yeah,
I know
apparently.
that's short. That's short. No,
155 to 100%.
that's better.
Okay. Okay.
That's so short.
Kind of feels that way. I mean, given like the time sink that I put into Xenoblade 2.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'll give you a parody of a submission because this spirit is from Parodius, the parody of Gradius that Konami made a series out of. Like it's basically funny Gradius. Gradius was such a hit in the arcades back in the 80s and 90s that they veered and did Parodius in arcades and on the TurboGrafx 16 back in the day. It's a fun little background thing, spinoff rather. So one of the primary characters of Parodius is Pentaro, who is a blue penguin wielding a gun.
Okay.
As you do. So naturally, Pentaro is represented by King Dedede on the mountain village stage because penguins come from cold places. So you have the standard Dedede and a pink Dedede representing Hanako, Pentaro's little sister, I think, who is a pink penguin with a bow and an umbrella. So Pentaro starts with a super scope. Hanako starts with a umbrella item. and you fight them as a duo. Other shooting items will appear frequently, just given Parodius's background as a shooter. And yeah, that's it. There they are.
All right.
I'll give them a quick shout out. It was a fun little game.
Speaking of quick shoutouts, I mentioned that I'm playing Persona 3 Reload recently, and when I first played the Persona series, I kind of played it backwards. I played 5, then 4, then 3. So in 5, at one point, I got a hold of a laptop and I was able to enter a shady website run by this guy called Tanaka. Tanaka Shady Commodities it was. And then Persona 4 runs this guy called Tanaka, who's running a TV show where you can where they sell items, you can buy them. It's called Tanaka's Amazing Commodities. And then in Persona 3, wow, this is a TV show where this guy is selling items over the TV. And wait, hold on, later in the game, he's one of your social links? Hey. Yeah. President Tanaka is my next spirit battle. I love this guy. He's great. He's my favorite devil social link, easily. So Tanaka is represented by Tom Nook, a fellow shady businessman, on the Nintendo eShop stage. So Tom Nook will be able to take great advantage of his sell-buy extra skill in the spirit battle to sell high-value items and use the bells he gains to buy powerful items for him to use. As the fight occurs, Tom Nook will randomly receive extra bells as part of his mechanic without having to earn them through the normal means, which allows him to buy things with sell-buy more often. Because people are calling into his shop or to his TV's shopping network and buying things from him. And he's just like, hey, look, money, awesome.
What's up with the gold Tanaka head?
What?
Is that like a currency?
Gold Tanaka head?
I don't know. It's something that I saw when I looked the character up.
I'm guessing that's from Dancing. Probably from the Dancing spinoff.
Oh, okay.
Because he's also the shopkeeper in the Dancing spinoff. It's like, all right, I like it. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing what you're saying. Yeah, that's from Dancing. I have seen that.
It's pretty funny that, Persona spawned so many unique spinoffs, and one of the successful ones is a dancing game.
Yep. People like rhythm games.
Yeah, that's fair. Speaking of rhythm games, thanks for that. How about a girl and monkeys?
What?
Something we can all relate to, being a girl with monkeys surrounding you.
I don't think I can, but go on.
Well, Rhythm Girl makes friends with the Rhythm Monkeys rather easily, and they're good friends. So here, following up on the monkeys who jump on the bed, it's Girl and Monkeys from Rhythm Heaven. The girl is represented by Komaru Naegi from Danganronp-a. And the stage is Night Walk. So Komaru is followed by one Diddy Kong constantly throughout the match as you're playing through Night Walk. So defeat the girl and the monkey, and you succeed. But over time, this is a timed match, a 2-minute match. Every 20 to 30 seconds, another monkey joins the fray. So you can have up to 4 other monkeys, Diddy Kongs, to battle all at once. Girl and monkeys.
Okay.
Ooh, and the you know what I mean?
No.
Well, you should ask the monkeys.
I don't think I will. Instead, I've got a multi-phase spirit battle. This is an interesting one. Who is your favorite boss in Paper Mario?
I'm thinking. Honestly, maybe the Koopa Bros because they're funny.
That would be a great choice, but they are an assist trophy, I think.
Oh,
or are they a spirit battle? I think they might already be a spirit battle in the Smashtopia. I think I made them years ago.
Was it the Crystal King?
No.
Huff and Puff?
No, it's Junior Troopa.
Koopa? Who?
Junior Troopa.
Oh, that little shithead.
Yeah, that little shithead. So Junior Troopa's a freshly hatched Koopa Troopa who can't get out of his eggshell for some fucking reason. He's also a little shit who fights Mario several times. So this is going to be a stamina battle.
Mm-hmm.
Junior Troopa will be represented by Bowser Jr. on the Sakayan Plains stage.
Nice.
This battle will start off with Junior Troopa. Well, the player will have 100 HP, first of all. Junior Troopa, meanwhile, will have 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, it sounds pretty easy. Just do 10 worth of damage and Junior Troopa's dead and you win.
Mm-hmm.
Except, I said this is a multi-phase spirit battle. Once Junior Troopa has been KO'd, a second Bowser Jr. will spawn, where he will now have 20 HP and be equipped with a back shield item. Once that Junior Troopa is dead, another Bowser Jr. will spawn in with a Rocket Belt item and 30 HP. Once he's been KO'd, a fourth will spawn with a Rocket Belt and a Franklin badge and have 40 HP. Once he's been KO'd, a fifth Bowser Jr. will spawn in equipped with a Trident of Dark Tides item and 50 HP. Once that Bowser Jr. is KO'd, a final one will spawn in equipped with a back shield, Rocket Belt, Franklin badge, and Trident of Dark Tide, and will have 60 HP, representing the different times you fight Junior Koopa throughout the original Paper Mario, and the different changes to his boss fight with, like, having wings, or being able to use magic.
Nice.
So there's Junior Troopa.
I remember fondly my times fighting the baby Koopa. Yes, indeed.
Was it really fun?
I like how he cannot get out of his shell, so instead he just opts to learn arcane magic.
Yep.
If only every Koopa had that moxie. Maybe Mario would have lost a long time ago.
Maybe.
Maybe he will now.
Doubt.
Charles Martin is no longer voicing him.
Sad.
Sad indeed. Sad indeed. All the same. Assassin's Creed. Let's go there.
Oh.
Another Ubisoft. Yeah. I am repping speaking of shitheads, a turncoat assassin, someone turned Templar, Shay Cormac from Assassin's Creed Rebel.
Fuck that guy.
Yes, indeed. So he, it's an extension of or Assassin's Creed Rogue rather. It's an extension of the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag playstyle. So one of the last games that you're getting in that original Assassin's Creed gameplay style. I'd gone back and played Black Flag a little bit on the PS4 recently, and the gameplay, it's so bizarre to get back into after playing like the more RPG-esque Assassin's Creed. It is. It's pretty outdated in some areas. I'm actually excited to get back into the series now that they're kind of revamping the old ways. But anyway, enough waffling. Let's get right into things. Shay Cormac, you fight with Edward Kenway and his Shay outfit in the Animus stage that we haven't put on the wiki yet. Now that I'm noticing it, but it was mentioned on.
We'll allow it.
Yeah, we'll get there one day. And it's located on the centered around the more like islandy Black Flag stage portion. So you're fighting alongside Edward Kenway versus Sheik. It's like, oh, hey, there's another assassin-esque-ish character. But once Sheik is KO'd, Shay turns sides, and you have to fight him next. Dispatch Shay and win.
I have an event match like that where you work with Bayonetta to fight Pit, and then you have to fight Bayonetta.
Nice. Yeah, she would turn on you. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up for me, let's go with Minoru from The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, nice.
The Sage of Spirit, and the only one of the sages from the past that does not have a descendant because the Zonai are dead.
Yep.
Instead, you get her spirit inhabiting a mecha that you have to build. Spoilers.
Yep. Kind of cool though.
Oh, absolutely. So for the spirit battle, Minoru is going to be represented by Tron Bon on the Temple of Time stage. Actually, I lied. Minoru will start out being represented by Zero Suit Samus. Oops, spoilers. And then once you defeat Zero Suit Samus, then Tron Bon will spawn to represent, okay, like Zero Suit Samus is Minoru in the past, Tron Bon is the mecha that Minoru's spirit inhabits in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole thing. That's the spirit battle.
Very nice. I wonder why people don't talk about Minoru as a potential Smash character more often. I guess it would be a little often.
Because she's basically just a generic mecha. It'd be like you're talking about Phantom Zelda in Spirit Tracks.
Oh, Wrinkly Kong's Ghost is playable in Smash.
No, they're not.
Just wanted to check. I know that we're running
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, I wanted to do a little bit more, but we should probably wrap it up and do one more each. So either pick your best, your favorite, coolest character, what you think would be funniest, however you want to end this.
There's a couple of ways. There's a couple of ways we can end this. So, perhaps we should end it poetically as possible.
Oh dear.
Would you prefer the number 8 or 9?
Final Fantasy IX. Fuck yeah.
Okay. You have sealed your own fate. My final assist trophy is once again...
Spirit.
My final spirit is once again from Okami.
Oh.
Sleepy the bear. Nemri, if you will. Sleepy is a bear that obstructs your path in various ways throughout the game, and you have to find a way to wake him up to get him to move. So he obstructs your path to the Agata Forest early on in the game, and you have to knock him off his ball. He's also sleeping on top of the first gatekeeping ball and the Shinshu Shrine to lift a curse. He is the reason why the curse hasn't been lifted sooner, because he's sleeping on top of the key that will unlock the light. Yeah. So that's the kind of character he is. He's the cat of the Okami universe. Wow. Guess we should represent him with a big cat.
I guess, because we don't have a bear on the wiki yet.
Yes. So, afflicted with extreme sleep, a giant Garfield is present.
I wondered why you picked Sleepy and not one of the other ones I knew was on your list. Now I know.
Yep. On the Shinshu Field stage. KO the giant sleeping Garfield within the allotted time. And it's a little difficult because every time you hit him, he was trying to walk back to where he was originally and will like attack you and stuff to get back there and sleep again. Do that, and he'll generally also heal damage while he sleeps. Do that and you win. Done.
Okay.
All
right.
Thanks. What a way to end things. Thanks for your participation.
You're welcome. So for my final spirit, I have been playing a lot of Yakuza 0 as of late. I started playing it in October, and it's taken me a long time to finish the game, largely because I've only been doing one stream of it a week. So, you know, that kind of takes some time. And I could do one of the main characters for a spirit, but no, why would I do that? When the sub stories, the little mini missions that the game likes to have, there's so many of them, and there's so many wacky and crazy characters, such as the dominatrix that needs you to teach her how to be a good dominatrix. That's one character.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember who's the girl who gets stuck in a cult, and you have to help her get out of it. There's that. Mm-hmm. But then there's Miracle Johnson.
Oh.
Miracle Johnson is a foreigner, a musician, and anybody who's looking at the YouTube video will see this picture and pretty much know who. You'll think, wait, this kid looks familiar, and you would be right. Miracle Johnson is a foreigner musician.
Oh my god!
Oh, you already looked it up. God damn it, Jonno, you ruined it. I was building up to it. You fucker. All right, it's a parody of Michael Jackson. He's come here to Japan to film a music video. Yakuza 0 takes place in the past. I think it's in the 80s or something. So he's doing his he's making a music video for Thriller. You know, the famous music video that he has there. And for some reason, Steven Spining, famous director Steven Spining, is there to film it. Totally not Steven Spielberg. Why would you think why would you think that? It doesn't look like him at all. No, surely not. Miracle Johnson wants people to act like zombies and actually attack him as he's dancing through the streets. Spawning just like, no. So instead, Kazuma Kiryu gets hired to protect Miracle Johnson while he dances up the street. So for this spirit battle, Miracle Johnson will be represented by Phantom R, rhythm-based character that Kelly created for the wiki. On the stage, Spike Muff City, since that fairly well represents Kamurocho. So for the spirit battle, Phantom Marv's movement speed and evasive capabilities will be enhanced, and the urban zombie enemies from the Earthbound game will also spawn in during the match, and will, instead of trying to attack Phantom R, they will instead be loyal to Phantom R and will try and attack the player. So you're gonna fight off these zombies and then fight off Miracle Johnson to win this spirit battle.
What can I say? What should my reaction be? Oh, hee.
Actually, he says "whoo" a lot in his dialogue.
Okay.
So yeah, that's our spirits. We did not get through all 60. We have 16 left total. Which I imagine they'll still probably be uploaded to the Smashtopia wiki alongside all these other ones.
Already done, so why not? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a list of all yours that you just want to say the names of real quick? Just rattle them all off, no details.
Yeah. Sure. Pull up the gnome notes again. Mamuta from Pikmin. The End from Metal Gear. That was one of the other option I gave you besides Sleepy, because it would have been The End.
That would have been fitting.
Mm-hmm. Vampire Waluigi from Mario Kart Tour. Kimberly from Street Fighter. Lion from Codename Steam. Chomp Chomp the dog from Pac-Man. Rystar from Rystar. Bulbman from Pikmin. That's it.
And mine would have been Mask Damask from Ace Attorney. Johnny from Chrono Trigger. Sid Polendina from Final Fantasy IV. Flappy Bird from Flappy Bird. Fubuki Clockford from Master Detective Archives Raincode. The Sorrow from Metal Gear Solid 3. Pepsi Man from Pepsi Man. And finally, Ingo and Emmett from Pokemon Black and White.
No. What a crew. What a collection.
Yeah,
honestly.
There were several more I wanted to get to, but it's been 2 hours. And we don't want to go on for too much longer.
Yeah, we don't want repeats of earlier seasons. We're like, oh, here's a 5-hour episode.
Yeah,
something to look forward to.
Yeah, or 11.
Yeah, we'd never do that.
No, God, that's insane. We shouldn't do that. That said, it's the end of this episode. So next time, it's time for a Smasher Dash. And I honestly can't tell you who the characters are going to be in the next one. Because it's going to be decided by a random spinning wheel.
That's going to be a lot of fun, first of all.
I'm worried. I know what some of the options are in that wheel, and I'm worried.
I'm excited. Also, speaking of random, I just noticed you have new glasses.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. I forgot. There's something we were supposed to announce at the start of this episode.
What?
Oops.
Make it for the ending.
Hey, there's thumbnails now. Proper thumbnails, individualized for every single episode of the show. I don't know if those can. I know they'll be on YouTube. I don't know if those can go on Spotify or any of those places. I honestly don't know. We
No,
didn't
they
really
can't.
talk about
No.
that.
On Spotify, it'll be the general Supercast Brothers logo, which Kelly Jelly also made. But yeah, Kelly Jelly, we commissioned him to do the background art for YouTube channel, in episode per episode icons, thumbnails, and then Lister went in and made thumbnails for every single one. We reviewed them, so now every episode of Supercast Brothers on YouTube has a special icon, and every episode moving forward will have the same.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah. Good stuff. Hey, at least we gave Kelly's characters and stages a lot of love in this episode.
We did.
Yeah. Unintentionally, I didn't know what you were coming up with.
And
So
I didn't. Oh yeah, all we knew that was we knew the listed characters, that way we didn't double up, but we didn't know like any of the details.
yeah, absolutely. That was fun. That was
Yeah.
a good exercise. Not that we had a Ring Fit character here anywhere. Maybe next time.
Drago will get his chance another day.
Yes, he will. I'm sure.
And with that, we're out. See you all next time.
Azurda guide ye well.
Better him than Mwamba.